There's big news in the crypto markets today as Binance moved to liquidate its entire position of FTX tokens. CZ's FTF dump comes after Sam Bankman-Fried stoked the ire of degens with his regulatory proposals. We're going to go over this article and then we're going to go into the real reason that CZ is actually getting out of FTT token. Binance CEO said on Sunday that his cryptocurrency exchange is liquidating its holding of FTT token, which is the native token of the rival exchange FTX. He referenced the recent revelations that have come to light but did not elaborate publicly nor respond to a request for clarification from Decrypt. The decision follows weeks of criticism directed at FTX's founder and chief executive Sam Bankman-Fried for regulatory proposals he put forth in a blog post which recommended restrictions regarding DeFi. He has since committed to revising his regulatory position. Binance received funds in FTT as part of its exit plan last year from an early equity position in FTX it had since 2019. FTX had bought out Binance's stake in the company through a $2.1 billion mix of FTT and BUSD, the stablecoin native to Binance's exchange, according to a statement from the CEO. He then goes on to say the liquidation is expected to take a few months to complete due to market conditions and limited liquidity. It also comes down to a way that tries to minimize the market impact on FTT. We're going to go over that in a minute. Regardless, FTT has dipped 9.5% over the past day to $23.03, up from $25.55 according to CoinGecko. On Saturday, around 30 million FTT tokens worth $584 million at the time was transferred from a wallet to Binance's exchange, according to Etherscan. This is the equivalent of 17% of the circulating supply of FTT token, according to CoinGecko. CZ confirmed the shifted funds were part of the exchange's move to liquidate its position in FTT. He then goes on to say in a Twitter thread that the decision to liquidate its position in FTT was not a shot at its competitor. However, one user on Twitter suggested that selling could have impacted on loans backed in the token. Now, if we head over to this post on Twitter, I believe this was posted in a Discord and then just uploaded by this Twitter user. It says FTX only represents 1/10 of the Sam Bankman-Fried's Kingdom revenue. Most has been made by aggressively trading strategies at Alameda. FTX has been trading on that revenue to prop up and build FTX by trading Alameda's tether for FTX FTT. FTT has zero utility though, and there is virtually zero demand for it. Whereas with BNB, you have all the added utility of paying for goods and services with projects built on Binance Chain. So one of the main reasons that we think Binance is actually liquidating this is because they can see, FTT is not exactly the best token. It has zero utility. They don't really know why they're holding a bag of it. They could just sell it. So unlike BNB, FTT is an illiquid asset. FTX and Alameda have now been reduced to circle jerk trading FTT back and forth to create an illusion of value, liquidity, and revenue. So basically, they're cycling back between FTX and Alameda, just propping up the value so it looks good for investors. A lot of people don't know this, but CZ actually incubated FTX 2 years ago. They wouldn't be here today without Binance. Then a year ago, Binance decided to cash out. It turns out that they were paid $2.4 billion by Sam in Tether and FTT. As we just saw in the article before, they are paid around 30 million FTT tokens, which is around $600 million. That should have set off alarm bells for CZ. Why would he accept FTT instead of just straight Tether? Now we know why. Sam desperately needed to keep the value of FTT inflated in order to continue attracting outside investors with inflated valuations to get real cash injected. Now CZ has seen this evidence that FTT is just a massive scam basically, so he noped out of it and started to sell his position so that he wasn't left holding bags. So basically, it could all go down to zero, and this is what they're fearing. But the fact that Binance holds so much could also tank the price of this token a lot. And then it says in that second last paragraph, it's now fascinating that Alameda offered to buy all of Binance's FTT in a closed-door deal for $22 per coin. Because if CZ sells it on the open market, the price of FTT will begin to fall. As we just said, this could actually tank FTT's price. This will be interesting to see how CZ plays this. On one hand, another major crypto project is failing for the industry. On the other hand, it has become blatantly apparent that FTX is not a force for good in the industry, and we might be better in the long run if bad actors fail fast. Also, it's not a good look for the industry if CZ agrees to skirt the free market and agrees to this backdoor deal. So obviously, the whole point of cryptocurrency is to be, free market and, not regulated. So if CZ goes behind everyone's back, and it could leave a stain on his reputation and on Binance as a whole. But however, I don't really think that that's going to be a problem for him. Binance is the biggest exchange by far. It's not like it's going to go anywhere now. However, FTX is also a big exchange, and it could be on the brink of basically going under. When we look at the FTX token, we haven't had actually much variation in price in the last month. It's been around $22 before, up to $26. So there's not really much change in the price of this token. If we click on 3 months, kind of the same. It kind of dipped off obviously because of the crypto winter. But right now it's not really moving too much. But once these deals start going through, we could actually see price changes very quickly, and it could rapidly go all the way down to zero. As mentioned in that article, they have around 30 million tokens of FTT. And if we look here, the max supply is actually only 328 million. So they have around 20% of it, something like that, 18% maybe. And if you introduce 18% onto the market, you're going to have way too much supply, and the demand for it is going to be really low. So therefore, the price is going to go down as well. Also, the liquidity isn't there to actually hold $500 million worth of this FTT. Because if we actually look at the FTX token markets, we can see that Binance holds a lot of liquidity for the FTX token. So it's going to be hard for them to actually sell off this FTX token on the open market anyway. Now, if we actually look at the top cryptocurrency exchanges, we can see that Binance is obviously at the top. They hold a ton of volume in the market. But actually in second is FTX. So they are a direct competitor of them. Obviously, FTX wants to overtake Binance. Every exchange wants to. But when realistically looking at the volume and the weekly visits, the markets, the coins, they are a cut above the rest when it comes to it. FTX is actually really small when compared to Binance. Even if they did want to tank their own competitor by just dumping a bunch of FTT onto the market, it wouldn't really be beneficial for them. It would kind of just dissolve FTX, and they might receive a couple, maybe 1 billion worth of users, but it wouldn't really add much more to their bottom line compared to other exchanges which would receive a lot more in comparison to what Binance holds. Also, it would look really bad for the crypto industry to see such a big exchange fail so badly. We don't want FTX going under because it could spell badly for, basically the whole cryptocurrency market. FTX is obviously number 2 on the list of cryptocurrency exchanges, so if that goes under, it could cause more price drops in the crypto market, which we don't really need right now. It also goes back to that saying that a rising tide lifts all ships. So we don't really want anything to go bad right now because we're already in a crypto winter, and we don't really want it to go further into a crypto winter or a crypto ice age, something like that. Because that would be awful for the cryptocurrency community. We'd lose a lot of money. A lot of money would be wiped out of the cryptocurrency markets. Obviously, it'd be good for investors because they can get in cheap, but we're not really for that in the crypto community. Well, at least I'm not. I really want to see crypto succeed, and if we have the second biggest exchange go under, it's not going to look good for the whole cryptocurrency industry. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. Also comment below what you think about this Binance FTX exchange, and don't forget to watch the recommended video at the end of this video.